What's up, guys? Four-wheeler doctor back again, working on this little 500 Foreman again. This is 2007. Just had a video pulling the motor out of it. It also needs a left front axle, so I'm gonna pull that out real quick. Hopefully I won't have any issues getting it in and out. Sometimes these things can be tough, but most of the time they go pretty easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing pulled out. Start off with, take the wheel off. This one here's got some aftermarket lug nuts. They look like they're 17s. Most factory wheels come with 17. Some of the aftermarket ones come with 14. So I'm gonna pull that off real quick and I'll show you what we have. Alright guys, here we go. Got the tire off. The way I usually do these things is loosen the top shock bolt, let that shock swing over, and we'll need to remove the axle nut cotter pin there, and then the bottom ball joint down here also has a let me see, where's it at? There you go. Also has a cotter pin on it. It's a 17 millimeter. We'll back that out and pop that bottom ball joint up, and then you can swing this swing arm out enough to get this axle to push through the hub, and then snatch it and pull it out. So let me get the shock mount loose, the bottom ball joint, and this axle nut off, and I'll show you how I pop my ball joints off too. I got a little tool for that. It makes it pretty easy. So I'll cut the camera back on right before I pop it loose. Alright guys, I got the shock laid out here, axle nut off, this bottom 17 millimeter loosened up, and this is the tool I use to pop these ball joints off. This works great, and you don't get the a lot of people use those fork tools, and I did for years, but they end up busting boots a lot of times and just have a lot of issues. This thing here works good. The key to it is to run your nut out until it's flush with the end of the bolt, so you make sure you don't mess the end of your bolt up. Slide this thing on like that and put your impact on here. See if I can show it popping it off. Run that down. And that's it. You hear it pop, and it pops the ball joint loose, and you can get the nut on off with your hand. And then see if I can stand this camera up. There you go. Alright, so then push down on your lower control arm. Well, it ain't quite wanting to come loose. Here it goes. Lower control arm is a little bit stuck on that ball joint. Alright, so now you can pull this out. Push in on your axle here at the end. Yep, you can see that. Alright, so you pull it in like that. And just grab this axle. This one's got a piece of pipe, a piece of wire wrapped around it. Push in on it and just pull it square. Pops out just like that. You can see the issue there. So then you take your new one. You want to, the worst thing on these new ones is getting this little clip to slide back in there right. The way I found it works the best is clip's got a little hole, a little gap in the bottom of it. Put that, or gap in the end of it, put that toward the bottom and get it lined up back in your hole. Slide it in there. I like to rotate it a little bit to get the splines lined up, and then I don't have the rubber mallet I need to hit the end of it. You don't want to use anything real abrasive on the end because you don't want to mess your threads up. And I'm going to see if I can do all this while you're watching. Alright, so our splines are lined up. Makes it a little bit tougher because my differential is not bolted in anymore, so it's sliding around. So let me try this one more time. Get our clip lined up in there good. Like that. Here again, this would be a great time to have another hand. I'm not talking about the kind that collapse. However, get it to go in there. Just that easy. Slide it in on the outside here. There's your hand. You can give yourself a hand because you just changed the axle real quick like. So push it all the way in until your splines, your threads stick out here, and put it right back together. As you can probably tell, I've done some of these in some pretty harsh conditions on the side of a trail and out in the middle of the woods and stuff like that. So you find out easy ways to do stuff, and this is an easy one. So some people might not have that ball joint compressor there. Ball joint separator. And what you can do is with this ball joint mounted in here, it takes a pretty good eye or a pretty good shot, but you can actually take a hammer and hit around this control arm here and make that ball joint pop out. It's nowhere near as easy as this, but it will work. So in a pinch, that's what you can do. Alright, bolt this thing back up and this will be ready to go. Well, except for the motor. But alright, appreciate you guys watching. This is just a little short video. Figured while I was doing it, I had the camera out, may as well go take a video of it. So like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Gonna have a motor tear down of this one. I got a motor removal of it, transmission issues on it. So y'all check me out. Good night.